Oh, it says the installation failed.
Okay. Installation failed. Is there some like space issue or something?
No, I got some enough space.
Okay. Yes. Failing, I've seen like I think I've seen like, I've heard for the first time about like failing thing.
Yeah, I think it's getting installed.
Okay. No issues. Take the time that you've got. Okay. So okay. So one of the things that APIGEE, like one of the features of APIGEE is providing the security. Okay.
Okay.
So there would be multiple like different attacks that can be done on a particular API, right? So
Okay.
every time like every open end these days on something on internet or which can be accessed through web, any open end is basically open to attacks, right?
Okay. Yes.
So there could be like if any like if there's a standard interface, then you just need these kind of APIs, right? Easy
Yeah.
programmability, published documentation, mobile app proliferation, consistent resource models. Okay, so you might not know some of these words, yeah. So
Yeah.
standard interface like and okay. So API itself is application interface. Okay. So
Okay.
if there are different application or proxies that are accessing this particular interface, right? It has to have some standard in it with it, associated with
Okay.
it, correct? So
Yeah.
that different people can access it. Like if an interface could be like you can access Facebook like Facebook authentication API and all, right? So it has
Yes.
to be standardized, right? So
Yeah.
that other people can use it. So it needs to have a standard. Then it
Yes.
needs to be consistent. It may be using different resources again, right? One web service might be accessing databases and all. So yes, it needs to have a consistent resource model basically. If it's not consistent, it won't provide the like data consistently. So
Okay.
if there's an inconsistency in data, it's not good enough, right? Then it
Yeah.
should be programmable, yes. Published documentation, yes. It needs to have a good documentation published, and it needs like it needs to have it should be able to be proliferated into a mobile app basically, so that
Okay.
basically a mobile app could be created on top of this, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is in particular API. Okay. So did your this thing get installed, Eclipse?
Like it's in the process. It's taking longer than we expected.
Okay. No, it's not taking longer than expected one. It is expected it will take some time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it does take some time. Okay. And in the meantime, you'll also have to set up some environment variable. Okay, can you go to like can you press this Windows button on and they will be my computer will be shown, right? So
Yeah.
right click on it, go to
Uh-huh.
properties,
Uh-huh.
yeah. In
Okay.
advanced, there will be something called as environment variables or variables, if you can see.
Just one. Give me a second. Let's. Like on the C drive or?
Unlike outside, like just my computer, like computer properties, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So there will be something in this advanced, there will be advanced tab, there will be something called as variable or environment variable.
Yeah. 1 second. Remote settings, advanced system settings. Yes. Advanced. Okay. Environment. Okay.
Yeah. Go there, enter it, go inside.
Like right
And
now I'm in the environment variables. What should I do?
okay. Okay, there would be two different windows inside this, right?
Yes.
Inside
Yes.
this window. So the below one,
System variables.
there would be, yes, instance variables, and there are two instance variables and the computer like system variables, right?
User variables and the system variables. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, system variables. Okay, in the system variables, the below window, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will find something, some variable called as path.
Path. Okay.
Yeah, double click that. Okay, don't change anything right now. Just follow the instructions. At the end of this, okay, just enter a semicolon. If there is one, leave it. If there isn't, just enter a semicolon, right?
Actually, I do have so many C path files in here.
Yeah, let them be there. Just go to the end. Okay, that's why I asked you, don't change anything there. Just go to it straight away.
Okay.
Okay, enter a semicolon if it is not there.
Okay.
At the end, right? And after semicolon, just add the path of where you have kept your Java. Okay.
Okay. Like actually, in the
you downloaded Java and installed it, right?
Yeah.
You downloaded Java, right now. So just give its path. Okay. Like JD, have you downloaded JDK or JRE?
I think
Again,
it's JRE.
JRE. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So go inside JRE. There will be a folder called as bin. Okay.
Okay.
So
like actually, in the environment variables, in the end, it is showing the C program files, Microsoft SQL Server 100 DTS bin.
In this path, right?
Yeah, it's a path. Yes.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. Just you see, in Windows, you've got to tell Windows there is Java and this is the bin path of Java. Okay.
Okay.
So you've got to put this environment variable. Okay. So just go to JRE bin. Okay. Copy that path and paste it at the end of this path variable. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just entered the bin. I'm just copying this.
Okay, so before saving it, if you want to just try, okay, so you can go to command prompt CMD, okay.
Okay.
And
shall I click OK here because I entered this one. After the semicolon, I just copied. Okay.
Yeah, click OK. Okay, so you need to see if the Java is installed or not first of all. Okay, so go to CMD. You know how to open command prompt?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, please go there. Open CMD.
Yes, I opened it.
Okay. Type Java space hyphen version.
It says 1.8.0, 161.
So now Java is there.
Yeah.
Okay. So otherwise it wouldn't have taken this command itself.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now Java is there. Congrats for the first time you've installed Java.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, the Eclipse also got installed.
Great. Just start the Eclipse. Okay. In the meantime, can you also see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll just go to the next slide. Okay. So there have been like multiple attacks until last year itself. Like the Instagram accounts were hacked. Okay. And there were many phone numbers that were sold. Basically, the account and the phone numbers were sold. Then the Pinterest. Last year we heard there was a hack in Pinterest, right? So again, Nissan's site got hacked. IRS again. So these are all API-based applications, okay, which had their APIs under attack. Okay, a single API can give you a lot of information. Okay. And this information, once that gets into hacker's hand, it is basically sold. Okay. So this information is basically sold to other people. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, the slide is changed. It's changed, right? Okay. Yeah. So there is basically APIGEE gives us a layered security.
Okay.
So it's like let's see here. I told you yesterday, right? There is like basically proxy developer who develops a proxy. Then there is app developer who develops a application based on this proxy, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
proxy developer develops this proxy based on the backend, right? So there
Yeah.
is layered security in APIGEE, okay? As if
Okay.
like the application in the phone can access this API or the application basically, right? So there is a two-way authentication, TLS, API key and OAuth, this kind of thing. OAuth, okay. This is authentication from the third party. Like
Okay.
in an application, you authenticate through Facebook also, right? Through
Yes.
Google also, Google App ID also. So this is OAuth 2, okay? Or there might be some API key that needs to be there in every request while you send a request to the proxy from the application. Okay,
Yes.
so there has to be there is data security. Okay, then there is threat protection like quota, spike arrest. Quota is basically number of hits per time bound hits. Okay, spike arrest is something. Okay, so per application or per user, how many hits can a person do in this particular time? Okay, so you can control number of hits. You can see if there is there's a threat based on SQL query. People nowadays inject scripts. Okay, SQL scripts or JavaScript with SQL queries embedded in them and all. So we here in threat protection. APIGEE keeps a check on that. There is no JSON bomb or basically JavaScript based or JSON based thing or SQL threat, or if there is some IP restriction, or if there is a bot. Bot is again, you know what a bot is?
No, no, I don't.
Okay. Okay. So it's virus, you can say.
Okay.
So bot is something which can take decisions on its own.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So basic decisions as if to spread or to keep dormant for that time. So you might have seen bots like malwares.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yes.
Trojan horse, and these are basically bot-based things. Okay. Or you can people have right now started creating scripts. Okay, these scripts read out the computer configuration and all, and make a decision whether to keep dormant for these many days and then strike. Okay. So people don't we won't be able to detect them until they have done something on the system. Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So again, after OAuth2, in the backend itself, from the proxy to the backend, there is threat protection where we keep check of all that. Then there's access control. Again, you'll have to access the backend. You need some user ID, password, that kind of access, right?
Yes.
So again, the OAuth or API key comes in, right?
Yes.
Then again, there is two-way security, data security. Exactly from the proxy creator. Okay. When it goes to the backend, from the proxy to the backend. So the proxy creator will have its own IP and all from which it is hitting, right?
Okay.
So there will be then again you can check loggers, you can audit it, you can have IP access control. So there are different layers of security that APIGEE has involved in this system. Okay. So it's like data security, threat protection, access control. Again, data security comes in. So there are different levels at which this security is enabled in APIGEE. Okay. So there can be different signs of attack on APIs. So the APIGEE is not the only way to create an API or a proxy. There are many different ways. Okay, API is just one of the tools which provides you this thing. Okay, and it is one of the best in the world. Okay. And it gives you, again, it helps you create security, it helps you monitor things like analytics and all. It helps you create proxies easily and with a lot of variations, like you can have different policies, You can have different security layers. You can introduce coding in that. You can create apps. You can authenticate apps based on this tool. So it's a lot that APIGEE gives in creating these APIs. So that is why instead of like manually creating APIs or proxies, people are going ahead with APIGEE right now. Okay. So there are other tools also like Layer 7 from IBM, I guess. Yeah, there are other API development tools also. Okay. So APIGEE is the best that is currently like the most growing one right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So there could be different signs of attack on APIs, right? Like the persistent attempts. One IP might be hit again and again by a like from say one IP. Okay. So like my computer hitting a particular IP from for an API again and again and again, and it keeps on trying. So that might be a sign of a bot or some virus that is trying to keep again and again do that. Okay. So while logging in, sometimes some sites ask like there's a checkbox at the end of signing in, right? That I am not a bot something.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is what. And then you click some pictures or something and sign in, correct?
Yes.
So that is a bot. The bot basically keeps on hitting single IP, same IPs, and find out vulnerabilities in a particular IP, like API or URL. Okay. So that is what bot does. And once there's a vulnerability that it can find out, it just enters. Then it has its own decisions to make, like whether to be dormant, whether to attack, when to attack, and these all things. Okay. So there could be unusual error rates. Like there could be multiple errors that are arising again and again. There might be suspicious client requests, like different requests from the same browser. Maybe browser itself is a client. Okay. And then it could be data crawling. It could have key harvesting. Like there could be different API keys and all that it could save. And like the bot or some virus or some user might save again and again different keys and trying to hit with these different keys, right? From the same place. So again, it just raises these all things just raise a suspicion basically. Yeah. So geographical pattern of particular geography, like from Delhi in India, from Delhi there are multiple attacks or multiple hits going on. Unusually multiple hits, like unusually more or less hits. So that could be thing. A brute force, like do you know the brute force? What exactly it is? Like
No.
the complete power. Okay. So if you are trying to find a password, okay, or you trying to find a key, we normally use one of the techniques called as brute force. Okay, in which it will keep on hitting this particular thing with different password, different combinations of password. It will keep on hitting until it gets one. Okay. So with all its power. Okay. So you might have seen in movies basically. They'll attach some USB device to a computer and it will keep on trying different passwords, right?
Yes.
So that is basically brute force attack.
Okay.
Brute force is like brute means sheer. Okay. It's just the power, just the force, and with all your force, you just keep on attacking.
Okay.
So it's like complete, full of power, full of force attacks. Okay. Then there is like bot probing for API security weakness. Yes, bots could be seeking out if there is some security weakness in that. Then the competitors scraping price data. Okay. So there could be some pricing related to a particular product or something, or your own product, and competitors might be like keeping a continuous check on your site or something to get that price data, and accordingly control theirs. Yeah. So again, multiple hits, a geography-based hits, or a bot attack, or a brute force attack. Then there could be key harvesting, data crawling, credentials. They're like same login page might from same IP. They might be hitting with different credentials, right? So it's like stuffing all the different credentials in your system to like basically force a shutdown or something. Abuse of guest accounts. Yes, there could like some sites have guest account and logged in accounts, right? There's a difference in guest accounts. Without logging in, there could be abuse of data, right? So bot trafficking, traffic skewing analytics, yes, changing the analytics, that could be another sign of attack. Compromised API keys, again, yeah. So again, some keys might be stored or harvested, right, to access private APIs, which are not generally available to public. There could be some private APIs also, right? Dictionary type attacks, like alphabetically based attacks. One of, like, you are trying different password alphabetically or something. Right? Man in the middle, like if you're so you could be attacked. There could be a proxy. There could be a one proxy might be hitting different APIs. So you are hitting the middle proxy where you can get all the data. So these are just signs of different attacks on your API you can get. Yeah. So you've got to keep a check on that, on these kind of attacks, so that you can secure your APIs. Okay. So I guess the slide moved or not?
It's still in the layered security and governance.
Oh my god. Okay. So basically, see, there could be here there are multiple kind of hits that are coming to our site, right?
Yes.
A front end. Okay. So what APIGEE basically does is, this is firewall. Okay, you can take it as firewall. Okay. So for firewall or a proxy, what it does is it filters out some of the requests which might be harmful for my system, for my API. Okay. See, like, there are many hits that are coming in, and only some of them are reaching APIGEE. Okay. Now APIGEE having its own security structure, like API key, access token, user agent, contextual volume. There would be volume of data that can be passed and all based on context. Okay. There can be other attributes, like, again, keeping a check on the security threats in the the slide before. Okay. So there could be different approaches that that APIGEE implements. So out of remaining hits that are coming to the API front, okay, to APIGEE from the app, okay, it will again be filtered based on these particular things, okay, and only very authentic hits that are coming will be able to go to backend.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I'm able to filter out all the security threats, I'm good enough to go, right? So that is where APIGEE is helpful again. Okay. So otherwise, you might have to implement your own security procedures.
Yeah.
And that would be a big thing. Big thing in the sense you cannot take care of all the securities by your own. Okay. There have to be layers and layers of securities. So APIGEE does it for us. So we don't need to take care much about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you need to basically have an infrastructure. Okay. That's a security infrastructure all in all. Okay. So, and you need to have an intelligent detection behavior to protect your APIs. So there has to be intelligent behavior in the sense, like, you need to filter out the actual requests from the threatening requests. So you need to filter them out. How will you filter them out? So you could be taking into consideration the slide I showed you earlier, like different kind of attacks. So you can be like analyzing if there are multiples of hits coming from same geography. Basically, if there is a spike in number of hits, if one particular link or one particular URL from your API or one particular proxy, basically API itself, is being hit again and again from a particular location or a particular IP, right? There could be multiple keys hitting from same IP again and again to your API. So these are just a way of detection of this different threats that could be coming our way. Right? So you need to sense that. You need to make your APIs basically sensible enough to detect these things, right? So
So actually, basically, APG along with the policies will filter these threats, right?
Correct. So
Okay.
there's something called as APG sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this
Mm-hmm.
is where it sends like APG senses all the threats and keeps the danger away. Okay,
Okay.
so this is again one of the products, I'd say. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is that is why this thing has come in. So because there could be different threats, and how does APG sense or APG itself protects us? This slide is about that.
Okay. So does APG like keeps a log about those threats because preventing like getting a request from the same source, you know?
Okay. Yeah. So whatever the hits come in,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So APG keeps a check. Yes. Again, and APG provides you analytics, right? So
Yeah.
it analyzes all the hits. Okay.
Okay.
It analyzes all the hits. It analyzes every request that is coming in. It analyzes all the responses that are going out. So that is how it prepares the data, right? So
Yeah.
this is the it may give you you may have create your own analytics and graphs, like what kind of data is the most requested thing, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
your site might be presenting 20 different kind of data, like weather data or local or along with weather you may provide climate data also.
Okay.
Okay, you may provide humidity, you may provide this and that, many different things. Okay,
Yes. Yeah.
and people might only be interested in one of the things, like today's weather. They are not
Yeah.
bothered about upcoming climate, right?
Yeah.
So you can create like you can analyze and know about that, like what is the most requested part, what is the data that is most being responded to. So to do all this, you need to know what is coming in, what is going out for each and every request. Correct? That is
Yes.
how you will prepare this data. So yes, APG keeps a check on all these things.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how does APG Sense protect your APIs? It's like purpose built for APIs itself. Okay, fine. So uses behavior based rules and algorithms, like I've told you, like geography based or IP based or URL based, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So detects anomalous behavior patterns at API layer.
Mhm.
Again, correct. So if there is some issue, like there's a spike in number of hits on a particular API, or
Okay.
there are different keys being applied to same API again and again and again. So there's a behavioral change, right? So
Mhm.
it needs to keep a check on behavior also on all the APIs, that
Yeah.
APG that you have exposed using APG, right?
Yeah.
So complete closed loop system. What is this? Okay. Change it. Okay. So there could be a complete closed loop system takes action based on rules specified by administrator. Okay. So again, what is the request coming in, and an administrator can take care of what exactly, like what all policies will be there. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
before it enters before the request is sent to the backend. Okay, and
Okay.
whenever it comes back, whatever is responded, administrator can again take care of what are the rules, right? What are the actions to be taken on this particular data that is being sent back.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Actually,
So
I
it's
can see your
basically a closed.
screen.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're just a moment. Okay. So now is it visible?
Not yet.
Okay. I've connected with my phone to see how the screen is looking. I can see it there.
Oh, can you see it in your phone?
Yes.
Oh, I can't see it in here.
Okay. Let me try sharing it again.
Yeah.
It's. Hey Madhu.
Hello? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Were you away or something? I
No,
couldn't hear you before.
actually,
So are you able to
your
see the
voice is
screen
breaking.
now?
No, not yet. No.
Okay, let me try that once more. Okay. Otherwise, I'll just give you the overview. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
There's some issue with this, some issue with the meeting tool or something. I'm not sure what exactly is the problem.
Okay.
Okay, I'm trying to share the screen again, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see if it works out now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, is it visible now?
No. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, your voice is also breaking up. I can hear you. Yeah, Mayur, like actually your voice is breaking up, and sometimes I couldn't hear
The
you
voice is
also.
fine, right?
No, like actually your voice is also breaking up.
Okay. So, is it? Yeah, Madhu, is it fine now?
Yeah, it's still breaking up.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Still breaking up?
No, it's
Okay.
good now. Yeah.
It's good now? Okay. Yeah, I understand about the network. It fails sometimes.
Okay. So you can see your screen in your mobile, right?
Yes, I've just
Oh,
connected it for that only. Okay. Anyways, this is not a like very important. I'd say slides to show. Okay, I
okay.
can get you to the matter. It's not a very big thing.
Okay.
Okay. So again, APG sense what it does is it studies all the patterns.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's an algorithm that it implements and detects all the anomalies. Basically, I've told you right, like a number of hits. Basically, people who are doing the hits. Is it the authenticated key?
Okay.
Authentic person who is using the key? Is it the same person who is making a hit or again and again or not? So it studies all the hits. There's an algorithm which according to which it can detect if there is a problem. Okay, it
Mm-hmm.
analyzes the customer traffic from all over like all over the world over a period of time. So you can
Okay.
say last week number of hits and all those things. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so it analyzes, it keeps a check on that, and it has an algorithm, so it can detect in this amount of time or over this geography if there's this problem, like there's this change, what would be the reason? If there's no reason, yes, that is a threat, and it strongholds our data there and then and there. Okay,
Okay.
yeah. So it detects if there is a problem with the key or something. Okay, with a particular customer or something.
Okay.
Okay, so this is what API Sense does. Okay, it
Yeah.
basically analyzes it keeps a check, and there's an algorithm which actually does that.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So this is basically the stronghold that APG creates for your API.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So in behavior detection, APG Sense does like again detecting behavior, finding anomalies, examining metadata. Metadata is something that is not viewed. Okay, that doesn't come into view.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there might be a lot of data that API is sharing. Okay, all of that doesn't come into picture when you view it on your screen. Okay, there is data behind the screen also.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yeah.
like if you're exchanging some okay, if you are hitting a Facebook page, okay, and you
Mm-hmm.
go to another page, so you might be sharing your login data and all which is encrypted. but you might be saving like from your browser, from your client, you might be sharing with Facebook, so that it can authenticate each and every one of your requests. So again, if you're
Okay.
going to another page, it's a request, okay,
Yeah.
to which Facebook server responds and changes the page, okay, sends you some data, and your browser loads it, right? Your browser basically shows it. This is how the data. This is the data that is coming from Facebook, and you can look at it this way. But there might be data behind the screen also. That is all called as metadata. So
Okay.
again, API Sense keeps a check on metadata. It raises flags on suspicious requests. There might be administrators who might be showing some particular behavior,
Okay.
like change of behavior in their behavior, okay. And it again, so these are the way it identifies threats, okay. So, and once a threat is there, this APG Sense basically it alerts the teams, it tags or blocks basically the requests that are coming from that particular place or IP or within that time, so it blocks them, okay.
Okay.
Then it takes action based on policies that administrator has put in. So there might be threat protection policy that administrator have kept in. So it may use those policies to take action against that particular threat. And again, it's a closed loop system, right? So it might close up that particular end or interface for not to be accessed by anyone else. So APG Sense does that.
Okay.
Does do that. Okay. Okay. So that is basically how it's a loop basically. Okay. So once a request comes in, the response goes out. So it keeps a check on each and every kind of request and the response that is going out. It keeps a check on the number of requests on time, like, and the location of request. If there's a threat in request, if there's a bot hitting multiple times the same thing, if there is brute force that is applied, so it keeps a check on that. If there's an algorithm which, according to which it takes action, this algorithm is again based on the policy set by the administrator. It may also raise a threat alert to the developers or the administrator, so you can take action accordingly. Okay. So it's like it's basically a castle. Okay.
Okay.
Inside which everything resides.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So APG acts as such. So APG Sense, one of the products that you needed to know, okay, is that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So I guess we did take a lot of time today setting up Eclipse and all, but I didn't want to waste any more time, so I just took it over this. Okay. You try one thing. Okay. So you have the Java and Eclipse today, right?
Yes.
You have installed them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So tomorrow, then what I'll do is I'll just okay. Try one thing. If you wouldn't be able to do that anyways. Okay. So by 7th. Okay. By tomorrow. Okay. Let's see if we can create one one small project. Okay.
Okay.
Let's not take more than 10 or 15 minutes for that.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can create a simple project. You'll get to know what is the request response model, how this RESTful API works.
Okay. Sure.
Once you get to know that, we'll just simply move ahead.
Okay. Yeah.
So I'll tell you about APG more, the specifications and all. Okay. So I'll tell you about that, and then from there onwards, we'll have a hands-on on APG.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd like to do it that way. Again, you are a person who hasn't worked on Java or any web service or anything. So I'd like you to know about that too. That's fundamental, right?
Yeah.
To start this thing. So yeah.
So I should have some basics on what?
So basically, RESTful services.
Okay. Yeah.
What are APIs?
I'll do some research.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So how to do that or these all things you should know. These are fundamentals, because APIs or proxies are basically, right, these days everything is working on RESTful services. Okay. So SOAP, there's another kind of web service is also SOAP, but these are only used by banking sites and all, which are actually created for security purposes.
Okay.
Okay, so SOAP and REST, there's a lot of difference between them. Right now, the latest one I'd say is the REST, which is mostly used. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so and APIs and all are based on REST only. It's APIGEE also works better with REST services.
Uh-huh.
Okay, or any API management tool, a proxy creation tool will be working better with REST services. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so
Yeah. So I'll
yeah.
just do some like basic homework about the web services and APIs. Is that good?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay.
It's fine. So let's see if we can spend another 5, 10 minutes or 15 minutes tomorrow. Yeah,
Okay.
just to create a simple service. You'll get to
Okay.
know what's how it works,
Yeah.
and then we'll move ahead with the APG fundamentals and all. Right.
Okay. Sure. Yeah.
So I won't like to waste too much of time. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's there's a lot to learn right now,
Yes.
and if
Yes.
you miss out a thing, it's a loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so nice talking to you, Madhu.
Thank
Let's
you.
see if we can, yeah. Let's see if we can work this thing out tomorrow. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah. Have a
Okay,
good
Madhu.
day. Thank you.
Yeah, same to you. See you. Bye.